Yes, Mr. Speaker, we have numerous resolutions for action today. The first being House Resolution number 305, honoring and commending the United States Navy SEALs for successfully neutralizing the world's most wanted terrorists. This resolution is offered by Representatives Ward and you, Mr. Speaker, and many, many others.
Representative Blake Oshiro.
Mr. Speaker, I move for the adoption of House Resolution number 305.
Representative Cindy Evans.
Mr. Speaker, I second the motion.
Any discussion? Representative Ward.
Speaker, I rise in support.
Please proceed.
Speaker, on 9/11, I was in Washington, D.C. and experienced the havoc that was going on with the Pentagon burning and the smoke coming across the Potomac right to my building at the Reagan building. And I thought, oh my God, what has happened to our country? From that day after, the world changed and ceased to be as it is. The United States ceased to be the United States. Getting in the airport, going on an airplane ceased to be what travel was fun. But now, Mr. Speaker, with this resolution and with this most wanted terrorist being removed, the hope is that civilized society can progress again, that the dialogue between the great two cultures of Islam and Christianity can progress, and that we can have a safer, better society so we can benefit all the people of the world and not cower and be afraid because one person existed. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Representative Ching.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I support this resolution on many levels, but the number one reason would be to acknowledge those who put their lives on the line, not just for some, but for a nation. And it was a dangerous mission. And there are those who, in real life, really consciously, through their bravery and courage, protect others. And it's important to remember those people. It's not to rejoice in the death, per se, of a human being. It is rather to say that we are a safer nation and that we do what we must to be a safe nation. And I want to acknowledge at this just about 10-year time how many Hawaii people lost their lives in 9/11. And sometimes it's easy to think that something goes on somewhere else in a far-off shore, but we're all interrelated. And there was an individual I knew, a friend of the family, who perished 9/11, a pastry chef up on the top floor, a family friend and classmate of my brother's. There were some of Hawaii's best and brightest that wanted to fly like eagles to faraway cities, and it is our loss. And so when we remember those who keep us safe, we remember those people that lost their lives. So thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Representative Brower.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In support.
Please proceed.
And Mr. Speaker, I say to fully support it, I wish the President made the decision to show the picture of the #1 terrorist death to the country. And I'd like to note, Mr. Speaker, the President went out of his way to see that the world's #1 terrorist receive a religious ceremony at his death. Now, that could be interpreted as a violation of the separation of church and state. In some circumstances, a violation I support, and it shows us the importance of religion and spiritual beliefs in regards to man's laws. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further discussion, members? Representative Mark Takai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of this measure.
Please proceed.
And just as the Majority Leader has mentioned, and also the Minority Floor Leader and Minority Leader have mentioned already, I do want to acknowledge the lives that have been lost. Not only the 6 from Hawaii that died on that day, but the 3,000 or so that died as well. In addition to that, Mr. Speaker, I think we're edging up to